Hey, hello guys, welcome your faces to the 6th tutorial on front-end web development course. Myself, Sam Nijin from Frozen Lakes. Firstly, let's go through the content of today's tutorial. We will go through what is an image tag, then the favicon of a web page, then the table tag, and finally the list. Okay, so I had taught you about the image tag. I am going to teach somewhat advanced things in image tag. Okay, so first let's see the image tag, then the image, then the src attribute. It's a path of the particular image, right? And this alt is used to display the text whatever is in it whenever the image is unable to load due to some issue or other server side or else the network issue. Okay, so let's type html, and I had downloaded the image already. Okay, you can see it's a html image. First let me change the font size. I think it's visible, right? Yeah, okay. So in the src folder you have to give a path. See, I have a folder called tutorial 6. So inside this I have a html file, right? And this html png.png is also in the same path, so you can open it very easily. Just type dot slash and html png.png. You have to give the extension to. Okay, and you just save it, and now you can see the image in our web page. So I have downloaded this .jfif, and it's also a type of image that it also supports. Okay, so like if you give this, it also shows the image. Okay, but mostly we will be preferring that the JPEG or the JPG or the PNG image to be inserted in the web page, because it will be a more efficient way, because some some devices may not support the JPEG format or something else, but most of the device will support a PNG, JPEG as well as JPG format. So we will be using the common format whenever we are building a web page. Okay, so I just save it. Okay, so but consider you are building a big website, so there will be a lot of html file over here, and if you want to add more and more image, all those images will be listed here, but it will not be look good. Okay, right? And it is somewhat difficult to search all those images and do some task is very difficult. So in order to avoid that, we should make a folder in our project folder like images or image. Okay, so inside that thing we have to drop this image into it. Okay, yeah, we can also drop this now. Okay, so now these things are inside the image folder. Okay, so now it won't be accessible since it is in different path other than the given path. The given path shows that it is directly in the path of this html file, but now it's inside the images folder, right? So I just save it and coming to the web page, and you can't see an image loaded here, right? So how to set the path if it's in inside a folder? So you just have to type dot slash, then images, then this thing. Okay, and you just save it. So now you can see the image over here. So it's a property. Okay, so it's a proper method to set a path over here. Then coming to the favicon part. Favicon is nothing but something shown over here. So you can see some globe like structure is being shown. It is the default of the Chrome browser. Okay, so if you take Microsoft Edge, it will be somewhat different. So like, see, you can see something different, right? So in order to change that thing, we must use a tag called the link tab in the header part. Okay, so you can choose this link colon favicon. Okay, so in the href you have to give the path. Mostly we will be using .ico format, which is the icon format, since it's a very smaller size and easy to load. Whenever you have a slower internet connection also, it will be loaded very fastly, so that a user can see Favicon really very quick. So we will be using that, but nowadays it supports the JPEG, JPG, PNG and so on. Many formats are being supported by this Favicon right now. So what we have to do, we have to get into the image and have to select HTML PNG, right? And I just saved it. So now you can see, I think I can't zoom that. Yeah, you can see the exact image over here, right? It's a favicon. Okay, it's a property of the favicon. So next, coming to the table, consider a situation you have to display some data from your storage. Like you have a set of a table, like with columns like the ID number and the person name with the person address. Okay, so what will you be doing to show all those things in a certain order? You will use table, right? To implement this, yeah, tag is existed in HTML, which is called as the table tag. Okay, so to implement that, you just have to type table. It also has a closing tag. Okay, and you will be having a header in the table, right? Before that you will be having a row. So in a table there will be row which is been horizontal in horizontal in shape. In table the rows are in horizontal and the columns are in vertical, right? So first you will be having a header. First you will be having header. So the header is full of the headings, right? So but it is in the row, right? So you have to type row, which stands for table row. Okay, and between that you have to type th, table head or heading. Okay, and you type id, then another th, then name, then the last th for address. Okay, address. Okay, so let me save and show you here. See, these things are being bold structure, right? It's similar to a heading, right? So now we have to make the body of the table. It's nothing but the data we have to enter, right? So for that too we have to make a tr, table row, because let me show you. So consider this to be a border of our web page. Okay, consider this to be a border of the table. So over here you will be having the heading. This this part is called the row. Okay, so it will consist of a lot and lot of rows, right? Like this. So the first row consists of the heading. So heading. The next, from the very next row there will be the content of the body, right? There will be data what you have to enter. So it's the proper thing you have to do with the table, right? So to implement the data you have to use the td, which stands for t data, table data. Okay, over here you have to give the id number like 0001, whatever you want. Okay, then for the next header you have to give the name as Mr. Y or Mr. A. Then the last header for address, so td, then address, you just give some places like Nagarkoil. Yeah, and now you just save it. Okay, so coming to the web page, you can see these things, right? It is arranged in a certain manner, but you can't see any border over there, right? So to implement border you have to use the style attribute, because without the style can't do anything. Okay, so it will be okay, but it won't be attractive to the user. So it is somewhat something written there, right? If you use the table board and you just alternate some colors, and it will be okay to view with, right? So these are the things will be discussed in the CSS part. So wait for it. So over here you have to make a border, right? So for that you have to give a style attribute, and here you have to type a border. So give 1px. 1px stands for 1 pixels, and you have to type the type, the solid, okay, to get the solid border of 1 pixel. So see, it has been made into 1 pixel solid, right? And in the table header, tile border 1px solid, and you have to copy paste all those things here, okay? If you use the CSS part, then it will be very simple, okay? So which will be the internal CSS part will be discussed from the next video. So because we are going somewhat advanced, so we can't do all these things over again and again. So to reduce code repeatability, let's use the internal CSS, okay? From next video I'll be showing you that. So let's paste this here too. Now you can see a thing, but it's not good to look, right? Since each and every cell has a border, as well as the table also has a border, so it's not looking good, right? We have to remove that. So to make it, we have another style attribute called border collapse, okay? Border collapse, border collapse. Default it will be in separate, and you have to change it to collapse and save it to see a perfect table over here, right? Now you have to change the thing, which is that you have to make some spaces over here. It's too, the space between the line and the text is too much smaller, right? So it's not looking good, so you have to make some space. To do that, you have to give something here, like padding of 3 pixel. I think it's enough. So, and we have to paste it all over here right now. But if you use the CSS, we no need to use all these things like this, okay? So I will be using the, so I will be teaching the internal CSS, and will be continuing with it in the next video, okay? So see, now there are some more spaces, even though it's not good, right? So let's change it to 7. I guess 7 will be okay, and you just can do, and you can just play with this value and change the range until you feel comfortable with. So see, now it's okay, right? So this is the table, and in VS Code there's a shortcut to create a table, really very simple. So you have to type table and a greater than symbol, then the tr, then the star, and how many rows you want to be, you want to make. Like I need to make 2 rows, I have to give a greater than symbol, and how many td you want to make, like td of, I have to make about 2, okay? So now just give enter, it just makes a snippet for you. So you just have to type whatever thing you want to use. So only thing, you have to change this header, right? So let me choose name, and here place, and over here I give the same Mr. A, and in place I give Nagarpal. Oh, Morton, and I just save it. See, the table has been made, and we have to do some styling to make it look as it is, okay? I think, yeah, next, getting into the list. Now, getting into the list. This is nothing but to list some items like consider paragraph tag. So it won't look as it is, but let me show you. Yeah, otherwise let's use the pre tag. I think it's better. So consider front end and basics. Okay, over here you have to give the HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So see, and you can arrange it like this to make look as a list. Okay, see now it's in a certain order, right? So let me remove the gap over here. Yeah, fine. No, I think I have to change this too. Yeah, it's fine. So this is thing you have to do, right? So, but what if you have to make some numbering over here? Like you have Roman numbers or the number to enter with like 1, 2, 3, and so on. So you have to do something, right? You can't even do all the time like this, right? So to simplify that, we have a tag called unordered list. Okay. Inside this unordered list, you have to give the list for each element. So this is the main tag, super tag, and it's the sub tag. So this list tag consists of the data to be displayed here. Okay. So like this. Okay. So let me give and see. You have made this, right? It's very simple. And if you change this UL to OL, which is the ordered list, so and just save it, and you can see the numbers, right? So let me give same. Let me give the same thing in another list too. So in UL, I just save it, and now you can see the difference, right? So if you have to make something like this, the front end basic over there, you can like using the paragraph tag, you can type this, or in the header tag, whatever you wish to do, you can do. Okay. So in the p tag, I just have to paste it, right? See, I did it. So it gives a structure, right? So that's all guys for today's video. Do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. And if you have any doubts, comment it in the comment section. And if you have any queries or any suggestion regarding the tutorial, do DM us on Instagram. Bye bye guys.